Nate, did you see about a random stabbing that happened in Birmingham the other day?
Yeah, it did, sadly.
So what that was, just a single incident, but I feel like drawing some attention to it because it's so indicative, really. So a
Yeah.
random woman was just standing at a bus stop in Birmingham near the station, and black fella about 9 o'clock at night. Some black fella comes up, stabs her in the neck, kills her. No reason,
Yeah.
completely unprovoked.
Was he black? Because his
Yeah,
name
it
is Brazilian in
says in this
origin.
article he's a black British national. But yeah,
His
his name is like Raphael, or his surname's like Raphael or something. But
yeah, it's Portuguese slash Brazilian origin. That's okay, interesting.
it,
All right,
it explicitly says in that article that he's black.
all right.
But then there's lots and lots of black Brazilians.
Yeah, no,
There's sort of white
absolutely.
Brazilians, black Brazilians, brown Brazilians, native Brazilians, all sorts.
Mm.
It's a bit of a melting pot, isn't it, Brazil, really? Incidentally, do you ever see City of God, that film, City of God? That's very good. It's very interesting.
I don't know. Maybe rings a bell.
Anyway, that's a complete aside.
Oh,
Now, I thought I would. Brazilian language
anyway.
film was an interesting insight into Brazil, how crazy it is. So I thought I'd bring some attention to this because, unfortunately, sadly, I mean, sickeningly, this sort of stuff goes on so much now
Mm.
that this isn't even like top news on BBC, not even close. It's just sort of an and final or and another bit of news here. This atrocity. Just another family ruined, another life taken, another family ruined. Absolutely disgusting. The fact that it's not on camera makes it, makes it all often makes it seem a bit more remote. When you actually get one like that Wayne Broadhurst, you actually see the footage of it. Makes it
Mm.
much more immediate and real, and sort of somehow more sickening in the most immediate sense. Whereas there's no footage of this, but it would be equally, or like that girl, that Ukrainian girl that stabbed on a train in America.
Yeah, harrowing.
Very similar thing. It seems like a similar sort of thing. But I wanted to bring some attention to it just because, even though people in our sphere do this on Twitter a bit, highlighting individual instances like this, still, I still don't think it gets enough.
Mm.
And the most annoying thing, it's not the most annoying thing. The most annoying thing is that something like this happens at all. But there's people that are out there that try and pretend that there isn't a problem.
Mm.
Right? I saw a tweet by Owen Jones
Ugh.
a few days ago or a week ago saying knife crime is down. Violent crime is down. Everyone that's moaning about or worried in any way about knife crime or being knifed or murdered on the street or whatever for no reason, that's just nonsense. That's just crazy. Knife crime is down. Here's some statistics. It's another angle that Fraser Nelson has peddled multiple times. Is that look at these statistics I've got. Knife crime is down. So stop being a right-wing bigot and trying to blame foreign people for a wave of absolutely sickening violent crime. It's just not true. Look at these stats. Well, when you look at the stats, they're bullshit stats. There's a particular thing you can do with statistics. Anyone that's actually studied statistics properly, at A-level or undergrad, the actual real thing, will know that it's quite easy to manipulate statistics in a certain way, right? Classic example might be something like, I don't know, government wants to get the number of unemployed down, so they just stop counting people that have been unemployed for over 15 years or something. And now you've got a statistic that says, oh, unemployment's down from what it was. It's like, no, you've just fiddled the numbers. That's all you've done there.
Mm.
Or you want to, classic example. So what Fraser Nelson and others like Owen Jones and many others, always leftists and fifth columnists, and traitors. What they've done here is it's a particular type. Well, in fact, Harry Robinson, second most base Lotus Eater, on the Lotus Eaters the other week, did a segment. Who's that handsome chap at the extreme bottom right there with the bald head? I recognise him. Harry did a very, very good segment. What's funny? Harry did a very good segment breaking this down in sort of quite extreme detail about exactly how Fraser Nelson and others like them have manipulated the statistics. There's a particular way of measuring crime, violent crime, knife crime, where on the surface of it, it seems like you're doing a reasonable job collating data. But as soon as you get down into exactly what's being done, it's bullshit. So in this example, I won't go into too much detail. If you are interested out there, anybody, do watch that segment by Harry, who breaks it down in detail. But basically what you can do is take pockets from around the country, all around the country, including all the rural areas. And you take like the average knife crime in each of those areas, and then you add that up in various ways, and you can come out with an answer at the end of it all saying knife crime's down, violent crime is down. But what you've just done is really fiddled the numbers, because all the rural places, not all of them, nearly all the rural places will have very, very little crime like that. Right? So you're underrepresenting the places where people do get stabbed and overrepresenting the places where people don't get stabbed. Basically that, as simple as that. And anyway, you can end up with some chart, some graph saying knife crime is down, stop being a bigot. But the reality is, for anyone that lives in this country, unless you live in a very, very rural area and never watch the TV or haven't got the internet, you will know that the streets are more dangerous than they ever used to be by orders of magnitude. You've got crazy people, crazy foreigners walking around the streets all the time. I mean, what do you think? What do you think about all this?
Yeah, I mean, it's just patently obvious. It's obvious to anyone. It's just propaganda. People pull out these statistics as a form of propaganda. And the thing is that the fact that these events happen and then go unnoticed, and i.e. are not actually top of the news cycle, is emblematic of the problem. Because back in the day, I don't know, 3 decades ago, whatever, it would be round the clock news for weeks. This would have been on the TV, front page of the newspaper for weeks. For weeks. Now, just another one.
Because it was so rare. Because it was so rare.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, as you say, everyone knows it's up. Everyone knows it's up. Everyone can see it. Everyone is well aware of the situation that we're in. And again, the fiddling of statistics, that's an age-old thing. Super obvious that people do it. But it's also just an insult to people's intelligence, because it's like, don't believe what you see. Don't believe what you hear. No. Look at this. This graph's gone down. So don't you feel better? No, retard. No, obviously. You know, it's just Orwellian nonsense, trying to control statistics to put you back in your... to put you back on the reservation, to be like, no, shut up, you bigot. Don't be worried. This is fine. This is the utopia we wanted. Yeah, it's a shithole. Fucking deport everyone.
Yeah, classic containment. I mean, I wonder if someone like Fraser Nelson ever really asked himself, am I doing morally the right thing here? I don't know if he does.
No. Well, no, because there's that video of him saying, you know, politicians can just lie and you know, make out that they're listening to people. He knows full well that he's in the wrong. Like, he knows. He doesn't care.
Yeah. Knife crime is down. Tell that to the bereaved family of Katie Fox, whose name will probably be lost to history.
Wayne Broadhurst. Tell his family.
Yeah.
Tell his colleagues.
I mean,
Yeah.
could you? I feel like there's not much more of an evil thing you could do than the type of thing that Fraser Nelson is peddling. Yeah,
Mm.
trying to contain everyone, trying to gaslight everyone into just letting themselves be in danger. Like, why? Why are you doing that, Fraser? Why? Why are you doing that? What's your motivation, actually? What's your motivation for that? What are you getting out of that precisely, Fraser?
Mm.
Dirty bastard. Poor Katie Fox, 34, who again her name will, I'm sure, will just be lost in the never-ending list of victims that have been sacrificed at the altar of multiculturalism. Terrible, terrible, so sad. Completely unprovoked. She's just standing there waiting for a bus.